Wow, now down by the ocean. Here I am at Haley's house, and I'm going to interview her about her constellation therapy. Yeah, I make little micro movies for folks since I retired from vending after my back gave out. Yeah, Haley's got a place right on the ocean. Aloha! I hear a familiar voice. Oh, okay. Oh!
Hi, friends.
Hi, Haley.
Hi.
Okay. Good. Good. Okay.
Come on in.
The fun starts now. This is Haley's place. This is where she does her constellation therapy sessions. Wow. Thanks for chatting with me, Hayle. I'm so curious about constellation therapy. This is your space where you do your...
Space.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Right here on this rug,
Okay.
the magic plays out.
Okay.
Right here next to the water.
Okay. Wow, far out.
So you have to laugh as me. Can I just laugh for a second?
Laugh.
Okay, thank you.
Right, I need you. Like, you need to show up.
Just find a quiet space inside. Yours.
And so for you, Shiva, both of you, really feeling in that contact, everything that you're putting into words, Shiva, just sending it down through the hand into this one. Right? Just the energy of it being a clear message. For everybody else in the field, just tuning into that contact that was made, and just getting curious about it. See if you can energetically tune into the contact here.
Hello, aloha.
Aloha.
Well, we've become very close because we shared a pop-up tent together
true.
at the farmer's
That's true.
market.
We were
You sold
entrepreneurs.
kimonos, I sold silk suit.
She came in as a comet, and she's gone out as a solar flare.
I'm totally new to constellation therapy, so curious. So many of my friends have done it
Yeah.
with you. What's it about? What's it like?
So constellation therapy can be practiced many different ways. What I love about it is that it's wholly creative and generative.
Oh,
It's emergent.
Okay.
Every time that the technique is used and people gather,
okay.
a new creation comes out. Because the consciousness that's present is always new. It's different ingredients.
And it's a new group
Yep.
every time.
And even if we're looking at the same group, what the field is doing, this small morphogenetic field or quantum field that we're creating, is it's allowing us to access what is most alive in our shared consciousness that wants to shift and move for highest healing, for highest integration.
Okay.
So I relate to the field as if it's a daily. Because to me,
Beautiful.
it's my primary spiritual practice. It's what illuminates what's most alive inside of myself, the collective, where the me touches the collective. So yeah, it's a a technology for maximal healing.
There is a tremendous relief in this touching.
Okay, so say a bunch of people show up and we're going to do a constellation therapy. What do we do?
So I get everybody in a circle.
Okay. About how many people?
It's ideal if there are at least 7.
Okay.
And for me, ideal if there are not more than 15.
Okay.
15 is a lot of little roles and energies to try to contend with, and
Okay.
I'm a ringleader, but not, I don't need that big of a circus.
Okay. So you say we have 8 or 9 people here, and we're here, and we greet each other and so on, and then what happens?
So we can have 2 different types of constellations. One where we already know a theme that we're going to work for a specific person,
Oh.
and that's planned in advance, and then we all come together in support of that particular issue or theme
So
for that
it's
person.
one person focused
Yep.
with the supporting.
Yeah, so that's one way we could do it. The other way
Okay.
is a fully emergent constellation where we come together and as a group we decipher what we kind of are sharing and sensing into is the most alive and present for the group. So
Okay.
I would go around the circle and tease that out with everyone, like where's a shared sense? You know, maybe right now the collective sense is agitation.
Oh.
And I'll find in a majority of the group, maybe 6 of 10 or 9, that there is agitation.
Okay.
So we'd start from that point.
Oh. All right. And there could also be like ecstasy or,
Yep.
or joy.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So with constellation work,
Okay.
tension is necessary.
Oh.
So say there were a predominant, pervasive joy,
Okay.
we would want to tease out the either the tension or the antagonist force to that to be able to have a movement.
The resistance to it. Oh.
So
Okay.
if there isn't, maybe we would just have some cocktails,
Okay.
call it a day.
Okay.
But generally what emerges in that space will be an antagonistic force, or what we would say in constellation therapy is the block.
Okay.
So if we get a group of people together and we're doing one of these emergent constellations where we don't have a pre-decided theme,
Okay.
we may land on, let's say in this community, blocks to abundance.
Oh.
Frustration around bringing your creative gift to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, as the facilitator, I'm cluing into who in the circle is seeming the most affected or agitated, or and I'm knowing that we may play this storyline out using their specific symbols.
Oh. Like their real life story? Like what's happening with them right
Yep.
now and recently?
Yep.
Okay.
So there's many access points to get into the field, which is
Okay.
what I love about it, which is
Uh-huh.
my appreciation of it is I have to constantly engage my creativity. And so say we decide to start blocks to abundance for you.
Okay.
We could use your family system, which is a more traditional way of doing it. Your parents, siblings,
Oh.
which often then would lead into the past of looking at ancestrally where there were blocks to the creativity.
Oh.
Or we could go collective and just start looking at, what are shared metaphors and shared blocks? Or we could go archetypal and actually look at bringing in the muse of creativity herself,
Oh.
or Shakti,
Wow.
and then play it out as what's the block to Shakti in the field.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's when it gets really fun. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, speaking about abundance and so on, how much does it cost to participate?
For you? So,
Or, a friend, but say that they're quite well off.
Oh, we love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the only kind of friends we keep.
Okay,
So
yeah.
to
If
participate,
you want to talk about it.
I do.
Oh, okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. All right, yeah.
To participate,
Yeah.
it's a $20 buy-in essentially.
Okay.
So even though you may not be the focus of the constellation, it is so amazing that every time you play a role, it is exactly the role that was needed for you.
Wow.
Everyone extracts a good deal of information and integration, a process from each role.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the mystical. There's the mystical element,
Yeah.
and okay, great.
So yeah, everyone that participates is 20, and then whoever the focus is, if there is one for that particular session,
Sure.
their constellation is 300,
Okay.
and they get an intro session where we just kind of, unweave the tapestry till we can get to the golden thread of what we want to work with.
Is the intro session just one-on-one with you,
Yeah.
right? So you get them set up, the foundation.
Yeah, and once we've kind of hit that place that we want to start, then we'll know what symbols we want to work with. Then we come in, we have the constellation, and they may know the people that are in attendance or not. It's actually irrelevant. And then afterward, there's another integration session, an amount of days following when it feels like the information started to settle a little in the system.
Oh, okay. All right. Where did constellation therapy come from? Who started it? How long have you been in training and teaching?
So the model that we see predominantly called family constellation therapy or systems constellations started with a German man named Bert Hellinger in the 40s actually.
Oh.
He was a Jesuit priest and was being drafted into the war and was had no desire to be a part of that. So he ended up getting drafted, put in a POW camp.
Wow.
As soon as he could get out, he fled Germany and went to live with the Zulu tribes.
Wow.
And his plan was to convert them to the Jesuits. But over the 16 or 17 years that he lived with them, he was converted. He watched how they organized, how they, as a community, brought forward anything that was would be seen as like, a problem, a community issue, or a personal issue.
So he picked it up from the Zulu people.
Yep.
Wow.
And there's other groups that have been working with this kind of technology. But that's where he initially was inspired. And then he took the work and trained in psychological models, integrated other psychological models, and this iteration that we call family constellation therapy was when he was bringing this work to Israel to actually heal the rift between the Germans and the Jews at the ancestral level because of World War II.
Amazing amount of training. You talked to me about that in the past that you personally went through. You have to be accepted to be trained, and you find out.
Well,
talk about that?
so as constellation therapy is, it's it's not this canon of material. It's not dogmatic.
Okay.
There can be as many training programs as there are styles.
Oh.
And those kind of vary all over the world. But I was really lucky to find a man, Jack Blackwell, who was a student of Hellinger himself. And, and then, I'm not going to say it was based on my prodding and begging, but
It was.
but I said, are you going to do a
So
training?
you were trained by a first disciple?
Yes. Yes. And
May I touch you?
yeah. Do you feel it?
I got the vibe. I got the vibe. Okay, cool. Wow, okay. And where was that training?
That was in Boulder, Colorado, and it was a 2-year program.
Wow, 2 years, huh? Oh,
Yeah, where we really spent the majority of our time in the field working these things and being worked by these things.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Excellent.
in constellation therapy, one of the big, must be true, my earring jumped. One of the requirements or the prerequisites for being a facilitator or an excellent facilitator is that you have to have come to a level of acceptance of both of your parents.
Oh,
And this is no small feat, right? But through this work, over and over again, playing in the field, there's an integration that happens of all of our resistances towards our parents, and therefore that entire energetic line behind them.
wow.
And once that's in alignment and there's no more resistances, you can be not invigorated, but infused with all the power, the wisdom of your lineage, the support. And that makes you an excellent facilitator.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna check in with you in a second. Gaia, what happens when you come in?
I feel, to be honest, like a little like whimsical, and not as like earthy and grounded as I would imagine. I feel very rooted though, and I feel wide. I feel resource. I just want to like spread glory. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay?
I'm doing yeah.
Okay. Well, you're living in this fabulous house.
I don't know how that happened.
Okay.
Actually, it came to me through Constellations.
Oh.
The woman
Through
that
a link, through Constellation,
the woman that
yeah.
owns this home, who's now become a dear friend.
Yeah.
But when the 25 or so odd people applied for this house, she said, "You facilitate constellation therapy." She said that changed my life. She's like, "The house is yours if you want it."
Wow. So
Yeah.
it opened that door.
Yeah, it really did. So now I'm doing a constellation a week on Monday nights here on the Big Island, as well as intermittent ones. And I'm just super excited to take this model and apply it to all sorts of more kind of abstract stuff. Yeah, and take it. You can constellate the body. You can constellate a business
It
organization.
can be a metaphor
Yep.
for other domains,
Yep.
dimensions.
And for me, I just like to take it in and see what it does, because it's always a brand new experience for me as well.
What's happening for you? Taking in and feeling
The broken heartedness that's happened with this situation.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, for me, I'm a pragmatist at heart, and I'm also very lazy. So I like to find the absolute quickest, most effective tool for the
Okay,
job.
good.
And that's why I was drawn to this work, because I watched it be immediately effective in people's lives,
Okay.
in my
Wow.
own.
Immediate.
And so I'm always looking for, is there a way that I can skip 10 years of therapy, because I don't want to do that. It's not that exciting. And actually just immediately cut to the the heart of what needs to shift.
Wow.
So this work, because it's in a group and because it's a collective motion, there's enough consciousness present for us to make huge shifts, and even in things that seem like they may be an aspect of your personality, because they've been with you for so long. But we're able to see that no, with this kind of presencing and power of the collective, we can really shift anything. Yeah. So that's kind of the big key with it is the why. And it's fun, and it's weird. You get to tell a stranger that you've never met before, I hate you. And mean it with all your heart. Or find yourself very attracted to another role that may be someone playing your mother.
Okay.
So it takes us into all of these kind of taboo and very electric social arrangements, which for me scratches that itch for me as well. So yeah, but don't take my word for it.
Okay.
Go find your local Constellation
Do you wanna
facilitator.
say how people can get in touch with you on camera?
Yeah, absolutely. My email is constellatingoneness@gmail.com.
Okay.
So that's just like constellating, as a what, a gerund?
Oneness.
Oneness, yeah, at gmail.com.
Okay, that's it.
Or you can come to my door. Knock 3 times.
Bring some avocados?
Yeah, bring something sweet. Thanks, Mark. That's fun. Yeah.
Okay, now I know what it's all about.